Well, I've been through, what, two, three earthquakes, literally in the center of them, a couple of riots, a couple of pandemics, guns going off, but this latest crisis is, well, you and I both know what I'm talking about. COVID-19, the novel coronavirus. And, of course, it upset my travel plans, which I had set up in predominantly February and March for my travels in May and June. And, well, good grief. Airline, hotel, train reservations. And I thought I'd share with you, or maybe just vent and complain a lot about my trials and tribulations of trying to reset my travel plans. Well, I'm going to Berlin's Tegel Airport. It's closer in, and I'm going via Aer Lingus, the Irish carrier. I like that for a whole lot of reasons. One of the biggies used to be more problematic than now, and that is you clear customs in Dublin, so you walk right off the plane, at least in the case of LAX. But, well, they did offer a 10% bonus if you got a travel voucher canceling the flight. I'm still haggling with them because I still have yet to receive it, and I will probably be rebooking at a higher fare later on down the line, but we'll see. The train reservations and the hotel reservations were problematic in some cases, refused in some. Other cases were unexpectedly sailed through without a question. Well, the first consideration is force majeure. And it's pretty obvious what it means, even if you're not a Francophile. It means a major force. It's standard in most contracts, and even if it's not in the contract, the idea of merchantability is that it still applies. And what does that mean? It means the contract is either canceled or delayed given some major force. And there it is, right smack in the middle. An epidemic is one of those. And I did a lot of early bookings, getting a lot of those early booking discounts, and I must have had about 20 hotel reservations. Some of them agreed to a refund, some of them agreed to a rebooking, a lot of them ignored it, and so what did I do? Contacted my credit card company and did what? A chargeback. You know what? Of the 8 remaining ones, only one contested it, and after citing force majeure, they agreed to a rebooking. Okay, things are looking better. So to minimize the headache associated with all this mishigosh, Yiddish word for craziness, I just took my old reservations, which I did on a spreadsheet, and just overlaid them 2 months later. Days of the week matched up so I could keep track of them and, have relatively the same itinerary, and updated the travel times and so on. My little marks there tell me whether it's prepaid, postponed, still awaiting, etc. The other marks are telling me whether the tickets were refundable, not refundable, and that's what I'm going to talk about now. So here's my major routing, substantially unchanged from the beginning. My theme was to do high-speed trains this time, not save money. And the colored ones are mandatory reservations. The Portuguese ones you have to do in Portugal. The other ones are available either through Rail Europe, or in the case of the ones around Germany, you can do better through the Austrian OEBB.at site. And so I got refunds on some of them. Some of them had to do a lot of pestering. Some are almost automatic. And those applied to the electronic tickets. Right now, Rail Europe is not sending out any paper documents for pretty obvious reasons. I got some partial refunds and so on, and you can see the legs there. I've already rebooked them for the 2 months later in July and August, again through Rail Europe. It's now a $7.95 fee for that, unless you do a large booking, which I did with my large Rail Pass, but that's still valid to the end of the year. You'll notice the black ones here, you need no reservations. And substantially the tips here were that the Thalys, very expensive, you don't get much of a rebate. The domestic French ones, a large rebate. For the international tickets between France and Spain, a little bit more, but you do get a rebate. The ones in Spain, the paper tickets, not available for refunding nor reissuing. The ones in Italy I did through Trainitalia, especially in the case of the trains going from France to Italy. That's a private service called Tello. With them, it's better to go through Trainitalia and book them directly. Your pass isn't valid. Do it in advance. You save a lot of money. I should note that Rail Europe is currently only issuing electronic tickets. That means you print them at home. They are currently not issuing hard paper tickets. Those are particularly prevalent in the case of Spain. Well, just thought I'd share with you, and wishing you bon voyage, goeie reis, good reise.